So, ladies and gentlemen, where did we leave off last week? What do last session? What do you guys remember?
We won a battle, and I kind of left because I was out of it. There, yep.
So how far
we
do you
brought the
remember?
ship back. We got to the station. We traded the bad guys on the station. It could get onto their damaged but about to be repaired ship to go away. And then we got a load of veterans and old people.
Who we think are, military people.
To help run the ship. And we convinced the commissioner to not charge us with kidnapping for taking the poor guy with us when we stole the yacht. And
we can't help it. He was on the ship at the time of a sanctioned mission.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, that's what we'll go with.
Yes.
That's your legal position.
Yeah. Yes, it's called blame the victim.
And we saved the solar system, so that should be something in our credit. Yeah.
And I've got a warship recognizing me as the captain, so I think that is also
you were the
legal
captain.
defense.
You were the captain.
Oh, what happened?
Well, when you passed out, I became captain as the highest ranking officer.
It's called an acting captain.
Yeah.
Well, so was he. But yeah.
Yeah, he got made into captain.
Oh, captain.
Field promotion, baby.
Captain, my captain.
No, I'm not quoting poetry.
Yeah. He holds the position of captain on board Don Carlos. He doesn't have the rank of captain, however.
Yeah.
These two are mutually exclusive. No.
Yep.
Not mutually exclusive? No, anyway.
A captain can be a captain, but...
And
captain doesn't have to be a captain.
If a captain was to come on board, he would actually get he would get promoted. Because you can't have two captains on a ship.
No, but the captain can be a captain.
Yeah, the captain can be a captain, but the captain could be an ensign. But if another captain came on, you wouldn't call him a captain because he's not the captain of the ship.
Commodore.
Exactly, he goes to a commodore. If he's Marines, he actually gets a captain of the Marines. He actually goes to major.
Yeah,
he gets a field promotion.
That sounds like a major promotion.
Yes, exactly.
Hello, greetings. I am acting major.
And poor Frau was just going, seriously, boys, stop nerding out about the military ranks and let's get on with this effing game.
Yeah, exactly. Come on.
Getting back to the general discussion. Get it? General discussion? Yeah, okay.
That was a major setback, though.
That comment was really rank.
Hey, guys, I didn't do this. You're the two doing this. You're the two who are driving the tangent. Stop it, please.
It's time for corporal punishment, boys.
Oh, we'll do that privately.
Right, seriously.
That was just petty, officer.
There is a kernel of truth to that.
For the love of God, two of you, stop. Or do I have to put you in the naughty
I'm gonna have to
both of you.
I'm gonna have to put a warrant out on you, a warrant officer.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
For fuck's sake, let's get on with this, please.
I think I ran out of ranks. Oh. I'm sorry. Oh, I needed that. I needed that.
But who's in overall charge? The ranking officer.
Nope.
Yeah. Okay. So there you go, Wooster. I answered your question. And
Right.
Wooster's just passing it.
I'm gonna take a second to just
Breathe.
Recombulate myself.
Okay, I think that's us one. The GM can't come up with a game. There.
So, Xegian, you wake up
Yep.
in a mostly intact medical bay of Don Carlos. You are laying on a medical bed,
Yep.
and there seems to be some nodes attached to your forehead and your arms. And there's this beep, beep, beep coming from next to you. You're sequestered by
Did you
curtains.
say notes or nodes?
Nodes with a D.
Nodes, right. Because
Post-it
the
notes.
Yes, exactly. That's what I was about.
Yeah.
Right, nodes, right.
They're attached by post-it notes.
Some
Yeah.
dongles are attached to you.
Right. So Xegian's just
there is a
gonna.
note. And there is a note on your forehead, a sticky note, and it says, "Come to the bridge."
Come
to
to
the
the
break.
Right. Right. Okay. You're under arrest.
Yes, you're
Come to the
resting.
bridge.
Right.
That's what, like right on your face, like right here, so you can't miss it.
It's like I'm just gonna wake up and I'm just gonna go. Try probably speaking, but I'm probably gonna find that my throat is parched. Okay.
It's not as parched as you once you start speaking. It starts feeling like, okay, it's like the first instant.
You know, you try to hack and get some phlegm
Yeah.
phlegm and saliva going. Yeah. I'm hoping that like a medical assistant comes with like a wee cup of water or something to help.
Yeah, pretty much like in a pretty much after like 20 seconds or so, the curtain moves aside and you see one of the security office medics, like from your department, opening up. Ah, hi Ziggy, you're up.
Right. Okay. Okay. Where am I?
Medical bay Don Carlos. Congratulations on the field promotion, boy. Oh, here's something to drink.
No. Right. That wasn't just. Right. That actually happened. That wasn't a hangover, or
Oh boy, do I wish I was.
I actually probably do wish I was hungover myself. Right. What happened when we let? What happened when I left with the captain's yacht?
Well, Cap got really pissed about that.
Well, fuck him.
Well, you can certainly try, but he's currently the acting commissioner.
Run this back. How is he acting commissioner?
Yeah, apparently, how did it go? So, according to the stuff I've heard over the water cooler, apparently the commissioner tried to blackmail him into doing something, but turns out the captain had better blackmail and arrested the commissioner, and the commissioner is now jailed and is waiting trial.
Oops.
And he's majorly pissed off of you.
Okay.
Uno reverse. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
So true. So true.
Reverse car. No, I'm not. You're the commission. Not if this little card says.
No.
Okay. Okay, so one of the guys who really hates me the most is now and got even more. Great. Great. Right.
So,
Apart from this, like, okay. So I got back here, and from what I remember, there was an enemy fleet
oh yeah,
over
yeah,
this
that part.
planet.
Yeah, there was. Thank you for
Right.
getting rid of those. I really appreciate that on a personal level.
Right. Do you know where they came from? Because they were not Imperial ships.
Oh yeah, that's one of the things the people were blabbing on about, but I didn't. I get to stick around. I was setting up the barricades for the invasion because we fully expected them to come down on us in any minute.
All right.
But and after you set them off, the governor rounded up just about every security personnel he could get his hands on to get them on board Dongawas.
So basically, every single Tadolian security officer is on this ship.
Half.
What about the remains of the military presence on the planet?
All of them,
Are here.
basically. I think there's like a skeleton crew on the space station, but the ground garrison, that's empty now, as far as I know.
Okay. I'm guessing the governor is still the governor. That's not changed since I left. That's what I want to make sure of, right?
Oh yeah, the governor is still the governor for now,
Good.
as far as I know.
Don't you bloody dare jinx it. Right?
Sorry, mate.
You know
Sorry.
our captain. You know what a fucking weasel he is. Right. Let's. So I'm just gonna slowly but surely move myself off, start taking nodes off the arms, off the head there, and I'm just gonna start walking
Well,
out the neck.
You might want to put your clothes on first.
You want a cane or something? You don't seem too stable.
It just looks sees a IV tree or this equivalent, this generation's equivalent of IV tree and goes,
Yeah, basically
"Got it."
the same thing.
Yeah, and just wheels it or anti-gravs it around, holding on to it.
Right. Right. I might as well escort you since I have nothing else to do here. You being the only one with medical issues so far.
Thankfully.
So, Captain, where are we headed?
I think the bridge.
All right. Bridge it is. Hopefully you know the
Out
way.
of character, I've got orders, you know.
Meanwhile, on the bridge. So, you are observing the various consoles. The repair crew sent from the space station are doing their best, but you get and you are currently talking with Colonel Telemore over the comms. The situation is a bit tense. We're gonna have to make some choices. We haven't got a resupply from the capital in about a year, so a lot of the parts we have to choose whether or not we're going to be using for the space station or for Tongalos. So I'm not entirely sure where we should focus.
I would suggest I clear my throat. I would suggest. No, it's not working. My voice is gone.
Yours too, eh?
Okay, there we go. I would suggest while repairing the station is a high priority, rearming the Don Carlos might also be a priority.
Yeah, that's the problem. If you prioritize more than one aspect.
No, like as in repair crews working on the station,
Yeah.
and some here, but most of them on the station, and then inventory crews, whatever the hell they're called, getting re-weaponing the Don Carlos.
Reweaponing the Don Carlos is one of the major hurdles. If we poured all the resources we have for repairs, we could get Don Carlos to about 30% of its pre-accident status. If we fully repair the station and use the leftovers on Don Carlos, we can get Don Carlos to about 15%.
What's it currently at?
Rough estimate, 10%.
Well, unless we have some other way of going and rescuing the crew of the Don Carlos, who I'm guessing has a large number of people who can also repair the ship because they have the expertise in it.
That's not the major hurdle here. We do have personnel that can repair Don Carlos.
It's not manpower, it's resources.
It's material. Oh, that's the exact point where Xegian falls gets into the discussion. Saying that line, I like that.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Ziggy, welcome back.
Then becomes a question: if we're looking to protect our planet before contact with the rest of the empire is established, we need to then figure out what material can we produce here in the system, and then what is not producible in the system, and thus we have to find where can we actually find it?
Yes. On that note, there's a lot of proprietary technology that the sector government sends us from the stockpiles that we are not allowed to make locally. This is the issue that we are facing. We can get you most of the internal structures, basic electronics, no problem. That can be produced in Daduli or rest of Amphibia. It's the blueprints for the more high-end stuff that is the problem, as well as the armor hardening materials. Those are held in military stockpiles. Armor hardening material is how do you call it?
State secret?
No, that's not it. It's it's easily expended resource when it comes to battles. Not that Don Carlos has often lost bits of it, but now it has a lot as a single whoop. While the station itself has also taken severe hits to its armor. That is, by materially, that's the largest and, as far as I know, least expensive to replace. Next is the shield emitters, and finally the weapon components, the core weapon components. These are on the difficult side to manufacture, I hear. easy to replace, very hard to find.
Um,
I would
What-
recommend going to Sector Capital to pick up supplies. That was actually the plan for Don Carlos when he got back from the patrol. But yeah,
are there any transport ships or even cargo ships that can be sent to, and I named the system that I've forgotten the name of, where the crew can be recovered?
the likely is. Let's see. The amount of spacefaring ships at our hyperspace capable ships we have at our fingertips at the moment is 2.
And one of them is inside the other.
As far as I know, yes. The civilian ships ran the moment the Marauders came in.
And the other, oh, was the captain's yacht the only hyperspace capable? I thought there were like 4 corvettes total or something like that.
Yes,
Or the
those are
others-
system defense ships. They have been optimized for in-system combat.
Oh, they weren't, they're not hyperspace capable.
Yeah, hyperspace engines take a surprisingly lot of real estate on a ship.
Which,
Save
which is
some
why the
backstone.
captain's yacht is kind of cramped, but is the size of a corvette. Okay.
Yeah. Imagine if it had all the top line military systems on it, eh?
Okay, I can imagine that. Not mentioning that it seems to already. Definitely can't let that get back in the hands of the captain. By the way, we still have some missiles left if you want to take out the captain's office from, or sorry, the commissioner's office from orbit. But just kidding.
Why would I want to take the governance of it?
No,
Okay.
that was to Xegian. That wasn't to the guy on the phone or the comms.
When was the last time we actually received news from the sector capital?
It would be about 9 months ago. That was the latest transmission, which included payroll credits.
Right. And when we were expecting? When we were being expect? How many reports from sector capital? How many deliveries have we missed now?
There's typically a quarterly delivery of supplies, so we missed 3.
Are those supplies normally delivered by the Don Carlos?
No,
Oh, okay, that's good.
those are imperial merchant vessels. What was it called? The merchant navy? No,
Merchant Marine?
that's one. Yeah.
When they ship them here, are they just like robotic ships that have this as plotted as their end point, and then you guys go out and fetch them, or are they actually populated with Marines?
They are real ships with
okay.
real crews. Bit bigger cargo ships than usual, but they only carry military supplies.
So we've got at least 3 possible choices here. 1, somehow go save the crew. 2, go to the sector capital and find out what the hell's going on and get some resupply that way. Or 3, actually stay here and defend the system in case the Marauders come back. And work on repairs and stuff.
I actually think this year's just staying here it's going to be just a slow death. Because if they were afraid... Because if we were to stay here and lay up, we just become a target. Whereas if we move, and we're constantly moving, they don't know where we are. They don't know what we're doing, but it would also suggest to them that there's still some fight in the ship.
But then are we sacrificing this system?
The issue is if we stay here, what's gonna
happen to the crew?
problem is, from memory, the crew got bailed out basically where they got attacked. So this ship took damage in that system. We can't go, we can't go there if there's still an enemy aboard. It's still an enemy presence in that system because they basically put the ship into the state.
Ask Hellamore, when the Marauders arrived, did they take the system by surprise or something? Is that why they were able to actually get onto the space station without
Ask him
any
yourself.
troubles? That's what I'm saying. That's what I just said.
Without any troubles, they destroyed our defensive embankments. There was 50 of them when they got here.
50. There were only 25 left when we got here.
Exactly, left.
Oh, okay. I thought you had 25 of them left. No, okay. You took out 25 of them. Okay. Good job.
So, something along those lines. I'm not the one in charge of defenses. That guy's dead.
Wow.
That's the best way to get promoted.
Posthumously?
No. Let somebody else die, and then you can take theirs.
Well, it's the other way. The other way of getting a promotion is to do it for posthumous.
Yeah. We lost all of our system defense ships, all of them, and every single battery on the station was taken down before they got inside the station.
So let me guess, your main priority of repairs is defensive batteries.
That would be my preference, but I've been given strict instructions from the governor to negotiate this with you. Since Don Carlos is, according to him, the key. I would prefer to use all the supplies we have to maximize the system defenses.
And this is the thing. If Don Carlos has got the ability to move.
Exactly.
And gather intelligence. This is the thing. Us staying in the system, we cannot stay in the system because, okay, we can patch things up there, but basically we're going to be... Did we get any... Is there any information at all about where these Marauders came from?
Well, there seems to have been a base of their operations in the outer edges of the system. Apparently, some people ran into it recently, and stuck a needle into the hornet's nest and summoned them in.
I think the first thing we're needing to do is make sure that whatever that base is, it's taken out.
If I recall correctly, you were here when when the battleship came down from the sky into the Dooley. That ship did take out the pirate station in the outer sector.
Oh, so that was
And
so this has been a retaliatory strike.
Yeah,
basically.
I assume as much. Don't know if they have rebuilt it, but I doubt it. We don't have the access to ships that can go and check it out yet. We are refurbishing some civilian ships to act as scouts for now. That will take some time to get them up and running. A couple of days, maybe. If you want them armed, that is.
When you say that your defensive batteries were destroyed,
Disabled to be exact, but yes.
okay. Was all the munitions also destroyed?
Oh no, we don't keep all the munitions in the
Okay.
batteries. So that we do have some stockpiles left, but a good share of it was, yes.
Okay.
Question.
I'm just thinking we need like a few missiles before to be, because I think we have a total of 6 left.
Don Carlos missiles. Ooh.
Okay, I have a question. As Zeva perks up and says, how about the munitions depot on the planet? I'm sure that they've been continuously, doing production. Why can't we just move from
It's,
point
I
A to
think
point B?
I think the key word is munitions depot, not munitions factory.
Okay, factory, depot, whatever. Let's just run down.
Depot storage factories manufacturing there.
She
You know
is
what I
partially
mean?
correct. Even though while we do manufacture missiles on the Dooley, on the amphibia, we get the guidance warhead, the warhead guidance systems from sector supply routes.
In other words, we can actually make.
You can have all the rockets you want, but we
But they're
only
gonna be
have a
dumb.
limited number of missiles to give you.
Well, let's get the stuff and bring it on board. And find a person to give us the codes to do that. As you can tell, Ziva knows nothing about that stuff. So she's just like, well, let's just go get the stuff, bring it on board, get the person that can give us the codes, and we're done.
Okay, Ziva, this is how it works. They can make the tube, okay?
Uh-huh.
And they can make the big boom at the end, the bomb.
Right.
But they also need to make a brain so that it can maneuver and know where to go and stuff like that. And they don't have the brains. That's what gets shipped from
Sector capital.
sector capital. So they
Well,
don't have the
then
brains.
let's
So all we
sector
could do would be
capital.
shoot them out and hope they hit something.
Well, then let's go to sector capital and say, hey, do you want us to continue to, protect our planet from people?
Yes.
And
We're
then,
coming to the conclusion that the sector capital is the logical place to go.
Okay.
I may be heavily guiding you towards that direction, yes.
Really? I hadn't noticed.
Sorry.
Okay, so we're setting course for the planet where the crew is? No. Just to mess with you? No, just kidding.
No, we're going to expand outwards even further.
Yes.
Oh, well,
The sector capital is that way. The old crew is that way. We want to go that way.
Yeah.
Run away!
that's an option. That's an option. I'm not going to say no. You might just find an old, whatchamacallit, an old a missile guidance system blueprint in some old ruin.
Okay.
This is the thing. So, apart from us going to Sector Capital, because how long would it take us to get there?
Yeah, sector capital Ursa Majoris on Don Carlos. That would take you approximately 2 weeks one way.
Right.
So it's a hell of a lot further away than where we found the Don Carlos.
Mm-hmm.
Bingo.
So
Because that took us like hours to get back.
Yeah. So we're talking 2 weeks. There is apart from the sector capital, is there any other Imperial base?
Any other Imperial base? Oh, boy. That's a good question.
That's closer. Computer?
None that I know. As far as I know, the Don Carlos was responsible for this quadrant of the sector. The next one will be the next quadrant, which is half the sector away.
So what, about a week away instead?
Oh, no. 4 weeks away? Ish.
Ugh.
Maybe 3. I'm not entirely sure.
So
And
it's
again,
just,
the sector capital hasn't communicated in
so that my concern
months.
is the sector capital
Yeah.
has fallen there.
Fallen?
and it can't
Right.
get up.
Well, let's
That is a realistic situation, I'm sure.
well,
As much as I hate to say it, but damn.
and if something's, if the sector capital, right, hold on. Let's work this out. So we're meant to get supplies from sector capital every 3 weeks. No, every 3 months. Okay. They've been incommunicado with us for 9 months.
Yes.
Okay. How often is communication between sector capital and imperial capital?
Oh, I have no clue. You would have to ask the sector capital.
Because the thing I'm just thinking of is
But the point is, it wasn't communication. It was supplies that came in every 3 months.
yeah, but remember, communication comes with the supplies.
It covers also with the supplies. Mail ships have arrived much more frequently, but they also stopped coming like 2 months ago. And official orders stopped coming much earlier.
So we were still getting mail ships. How long? I know you were saying the mail ships were coming in more recently,
Until 2 months ago.
but they're not military model ships, though.
No, there's civilian owned, yes.
All right, so if they were coming from sector capital, do we have the information on the ship type? Can we actually work out when they actually departed from sector capital?
Oh, wow. Hold on.
Because I think this is a rule.
He turns down to the keyboard and starts hammering on it.
You see these letter keys flying into the air.
Yeah. They left about 9 months ago.
In other words,
Holy crap, they're slow. Don't work for the post office.
No, well, those are not post office ships. Those are civilian ships contracted to deliver mail while they're getting there. So the latest mail delivery to arrive was on a slow bulk hauler that arrived about 6 months after leaving. Oh, 7 months.
Yeah. So in other words, while we've been thinking everything else has been fine, basically all communication
Yeah.
has.
So what you're saying is it might be worth the extra 2 weeks to go to the other capital. How long would it take the yacht to get to the sector capital?
The yacht? I have no idea.
I'm going to try and do the math based on how long it took us to get out to the location we were going to and how quickly the Don
yeah.
Carlos got
Okay,
back.
roll me
And do
academics.
math.
Roll me academics.
Remedial math? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I rolled really awful.
Yeah, you start adding up
say it hasn't
astronomical
helped you.
units and parsecs and
Inquisitive minds want to know. By the way, what difficulty did I need?
oh yeah, you need it too.
Okay. In which case I get to use the fate point to add too. I'm going to just do it in my own head. I don't care what my character knows. I just wanted to know. It took us a week to get there, and then less than a day to get back. So therefore, it's about 14 times as long. Okay,
Hold on, it took a week to go out and a day to come back, so 7
less than a
times.
day. Less than a day to come back. It was hours to come
right.
back.
All right, okay.
So yeah, never mind. It's too freaking slow. Yeah. So if we're choosing between which sector capital to go to, the one that isn't communicating or the one that we don't know if it can communicate, well, that's up to you, Captain. Excuse me. Didn't mean to burp in your ear.
Well, if you want to know more,
I always want to know more.
according to my knowledge, the nearest patrol base, similar to Amphibia, would be in the Canis Lupus system.
Canis Lupus,
Yes.
the werewolf system.
And that dog. The puppy system. Yes. With the starship Romulus in charge of the region.
Looking back through my notes, what was the name of the system where the crew got left?
Canis Lupus is this wolf system. Canis Lupus is wolf.
Sure. I still think it's werewolves. Yeah, what was the name of that system?
What?
Which system?
The one where the crew got left behind.
Not entirely sure I gave its name. I just gave its address.
What is this, Stargate or something? Computer, what was the name of the system when a crew was left behind?
Planetary system has no name, only designation.
You're not the computer.
Planetary system has no name, only designation.
What is its designation?
STX-17. It's out in the sticks.
So helpful. At least we have a name for it. Sorry, we have a designation. And we have its coordinates.
According to the galactic charts, it is the star system is considered uninhabitable. Travel advisory is in effect.
Not bugs. No, it's features.
It's a stellar feature. Don't worry about it.
Wow. I think
Doma?
then the question comes, like, is there any personnel still here that would know where the material, like, if we were to go to the sector capital and we find out it's fallen and it's in ruins, is there anyone in the personnel that would actually know where the material that we need or the secrets would be actually obtainable?
Well, I would guess Chief Engineer Ivanova has been there before.
Because I think the main thing is we're going to need that. If that's the case, we're going to need him on the ship.
Her? Ivanova?
Oh,
her?
he is on board.
Yeah. She's one of the people who came up to
All right.
recrew the ship.
Just making sure. And I think it's the same, if we can find any other, officers with, even if it's not access codes, but at least knowledge of the sector capital, where it's because they've holidayed there or anything like that, or they were previously posted there.
Let me see. Yeah, I'm sending you a file on personnel formerly assigned to Don Carlos that have retired to sector capital, have left to sector capital after their retirement.
That could be useful.
I can't guarantee they stayed there, but they decided to opt out of the free parcel of land on Amphibia and instead take a cash reward and leave.
You can only eat so many frog's legs.
I personally don't see how you could possibly eat too many.
Well, they come in 200 frog leg bottles and never. Take a break, Wooster. Sorry.
And thus I die.
And we take over the galaxy and we win. Yay!
Yeah. I'm gonna kind of put it so
Good.
the way Wooster is putting this, he's kind of trying to nudge us to either stay here or go to the sector capital.
Let's go to the sector capital.
Yeah, I'm thinking that same with
I
you.
agree as well.
Yeah.
You could also go to the stakes.
Well, I didn't catch what you said there, Wooster.
You can
We could
also go to the stakes. Or you
Sticks.
get, or you can go to Garnish Lupus.
Mhm.
So you have acquired yourself several options.
The sector capital, does it have a name?
Ursa Majoris.
Ursa Majoris. Okay.
The big bear.
Yeah. There's a theme going on in this sector, if you haven't noticed.
Animal sector.
Aminals. Lots of aminals. Well, Captain,
So, question before you leave. Which way shall we do this? Shall we get you up to speed, or shall we just let you go and we'll continue repairing the station?
I think any time that we delay, because it's going to be 2 weeks out and then 2 weeks back. If we delay until you guys are repaired, how long is it going to take for you guys to fully repair yourselves?
They're saying, do they want them to repair us first before the station?
Yeah, the question is the allocation of resources. So we can
Yes.
get you up to 20%, 30%?
30%.
30% if we use all the resources on you. That would leave the station at about 50% after we cannibalize all the system, all the broken systems and make new ones where we can. Or we can repair the space station to full, which would leave you guys at about 10% after the fixes we can put in place.
How long would the repair to 30% take?
Yeah, that's the big issue. It's going to take about a week at least.
And if we were to let you repair yourselves,
We can do the minimal patching up and send the supplies we won't need for ourselves, and you can repair the rest on the route.
yeah,
That would take about a day to get sorted.
I think it's speed is crucial here.
Okay, we'll send you what you need to get up to 10%, and we'll do the patches of the hull immediately and start fixing up the station with the rest of it. We'll try and gobble up what we can from on the surface for more when you come back. Hopefully you do come back. Well, if that's all, I'll get to administrating this bullshit out.
Okay. And I think it's maybe time for a break.
And very good. Let's have a break.
Mhm.
We'll be back in about 9-ish
Give me a
minutes.
Give me a break.
At the
Break me off
half hour mark.
A
See you
piece
later.
of that.
Okay, sorry we are late. We got in a bit of an argument.
An argument? We were having a discussion.
Every argument is a discussion. It's
Every
just the
argument
amount of
starts as a
violence
discussion.
included that varies.
Okay,
So-
so we decided we were going to go to
The puppy system?
that. No, we're
Sector
not going to
capital.
that.
Not the puppy system, the bear system.
It was lukewarm.
So yes.
Sector capital.
Ursa Majoris. Okay.
The bear.
Because I'm also thinking the issue is kind of if we're wanting to, get more information, but also hopefully try and protect our world, timing becomes critical. So the longer we're out traveling, the more that can potentially happen.
So you have one day before the material transfers and the necessary hull patching is done. Is there something that you wish to accomplish in that 1 day period? Would you like to make new enemies while in it?
Nope.
Nope.
Is there any in our supplemental crew that we have, are there any obvious or not obviously power sensitive users?
Not that you have made an effort to find out.
Okay. Can I make an effort to find out?
Sure, you can spend the day on that.
That's what I'm going to do.
Xegi, what about you?
Well, I know nothing about power, so
It
Yeah,
corrupts.
You have one day to do something. What you want to do?
I think I am going to be trying to see if I can pull up the actual logs of the previous captain to try and figure out if there's anything that gives us a better understanding of what actually happened there that led to the crew abandoning the ship, what they actually came across, what.
Okay, so that's your plan. What about Zeva?
I think I'm going to, make sure I get sleep, one, and two, I'm going to get supplies for the trip.
What kind of a supplies are you gonna bring for the boys?
I'm thinking
Expected ones. Supplies!
supplies, not surprises.
Supplies!
Um,
Yep.
Surprise.
Things that will help us for anything that we're going, basically get intel about the place.
So instead of supplies, you want intel?
Yeah.
Well, that's a surprise. Okay, let's start with you.
I was
then.
thinking it was something Xegian could have gotten that would have been potentially useful for us. Except the problem is he would have had to go down and go to his locker.
Yeah, the rest of you figure out a skill that suits this endeavor that you are on. Meanwhile, for Zeva, the least experienced in the system, I am thinking you could either use contacts, rapport, or resources.
What was the first one?
Contacts. So
Contacts
finding
or
out somebody who knows more about Ursa Majoris.
Okay, so +1, +1, or +1.
I'd
How
pick a
about-
+1, preferably one that you have a trait that can boost it if necessary.
I'm gonna do resources because I know all the best fences.
Yeah, that would mean you're sort of like buying some data regarding. So yeah. Yeah. Sure. I was gonna say you need to roll a 2 or more.
I got a 2, and I didn't have to use, 8 points.
So you are creating yourself an advantage for the future use. So you have most recent intel available for Ursa Majoris. So this is still at best 9 months old, but it's still the most recent stuff you can acquire.
You have the bare necessities. Simple bare.
So you have a condition that you have
sorry.
you have
That just fit in so well.
knowledge about Ursa Majoris, which you can use once you get there.
Okay. And then I'm going to sleep. once I get the stuff for the meetup for the next day, I go back to I want to make sure that I'm in ship top.
So, Mr. Daniel Jones, what skill do you think would be most usable for finding out power uses?
Power or investigate?
Yes, both seem reasonable. One is easier than the other.
Yes.
Could I recommend the use of power tools?
Power tools?
Oh, right, you don't have any.
Well, technically, I have a power tool.
Oh, yeah, yes, you do. No, you have a power sword.
Yes. It's a tool.
No, you're a tool.
It's good for making toast. You can slice the bread and poof, it's toast.
Oh, and imagine cutting butter with that.
Ugh, that would be a mess. And trying to spread it on something? No, that really wouldn't work. So I'm guessing one difficulty would be higher than the other?
Indeed. With power, the difficulty would be 0. Without power, the difficulty would be 4.
Let me guess. Oh, I thought you were going to say 3 because then it wouldn't make any difference. And you just, if you want to use an aspect, you determine that afterwards or beforehand?
You can call upon it afterwards, yes.
Okay, so I don't have to specifically say it now. Okay. I will roll my mediocre power. Unfortunately, I can't use photographic memory for this because that wouldn't make any sense. Yeah, okay, that didn't work. I guess I have to use the aspect of inquisitive minds want to know to re-roll. There goes a fate point. I figure somewhere in the 2. Why did I lose all 3? There we go. I figure in the 2-week travel time we might get these back.
Nope. That session reset fresh.
Yeah, I know, but we'll probably spend the whole session traveling. I will try again. Oh, I have to click submit again. Oh, wow, I rolled the exact opposite.
Congratulations. You find no power users on this ship, aside of Zeva.
Oh.
Sorry, Daniel.
Yeah, I think we already knew each other had power, but
No, it's confirmed.
Yeah, well, now it's confirmed, yes. Okay. And I guess I spent all day doing nothing. Okay.
If you would have get that -3, I would have insinuated heavily that there's somebody who's trying to escape from your notice. And you could have spent. Yeah.
So much for looking for a master. Okay. Go to Xegi.
Xegi, you wanted to read the logbooks. What skill do you think is suitable for this?
Right. I'm sorry. I'm probably going to be investigating there.
Fair.
Pulling away at the logs, having a look.
Yes. So it appears that as you are investigating the issue, turns out that somebody has been actively trying to erase the logs of the crew, of the previous crew. So you're gonna have to do some digging. The difficulty is 4.
Ooh. He found out who was trying to do the erasing, caught them, interrogated them. Nice roll.
Well, I have good news for you.
Yep.
The one responsible for the deletion has already been punished for its actions.
Who was it?
The previous owner of the plasma blade.
Ah.
You
Punished is an
find
interesting
some
choice.
undeleted snippets of security camera footage where this one has been accessing the systems. These were some maintenance drone footage that it had not been logged as security feed. So, but you managed to collaborate the timestamps of deletions with the appearance of this person at the consoles, accessing things, deleting its presence. But you also managed to find some scatters of snippets of data. They don't give you anything concrete, merely that they're confirming to you that most of the enemies in the in STX-17 were destroyed, but there was still some left when they escaped their clutches. And the main issue they left wasn't that they had taken damage and couldn't take over the next, but it was the infestation they suffered, and they were trying to get away from the bugs that were eating their people. And sent the ship and the infested crew members out and blow it up before it could spread to the duty. However, there's no mention of the creepy power user in the logs. That one seems to be whatchamacallit, a unknown addition.
Does the main computer have backups of the logs?
Negative.
Pity.
If it was that easy, someone would have gotten it.
He did roll a 7.
Yeah. That's what I said. If it was that easy, someone would have gotten it. However, your ship now has been refueled, reloaded, and fixed up to what it can provide. You have a much more respectable amount of missiles and a fully stocked rockets barrage ready to go at your whim. So, yay. You can essentially... you have about 20 missiles now. And enough rockets to go around for a while. They'll last until I say, yeah, you ran out of rockets. Because it suits the narrative. But yeah, you have fuel, so that's not an issue. Your reactor has been patched up mostly, and what spare parts you have can be added to the other parts of the reactors to get you up to the full 10% of your capability during the next 2 weeks. So, how do you detain yourself for the 2 weeks that it takes for you to get to Ursa Majoris in hyperspace? How about we start with Zeva?
Bring a couple of books.
Do you want to enjoy Don Carlos' bath services while at it?
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
unfortunately, baths are
bring
down for renovation.
I bring my own. No, but seriously, I just, peruse the history, the archives, and find something to read
Mhm.
and learn more about what I'm on. You know what I mean?
So learn
Meaning,
more about Tonkaus.
yes, yes.
Also, you familiarize yourself with the ship. Okay. Right. Find yourself a stunt relating to this. Daniel, what about you?
Is there a there's a military contingent on here, right?
Bingo. Well, security yeah,
Yeah.
there's military as well, yeah.
Okay.
Not many, but some.
Any of them particularly adept in swordplay?
Give or take.
Basically, I'd like to learn how to use this lovely little toy, but without actually using the lovely little toy, because otherwise it'll just chop their swords in two.
So you want swordsmanship practice, eh?
Yes.
Right. So you practice your swordsmanship. Okay, cool enough. Make yourself a stunt about it. This is on top. This is freestyle. And finally, Ziggy.
Yeah, so I'm going to try and find out everything I can.
Actually, let me jump into this. You're the acting captain. You don't have time for yourself.
Yeah.
You have a hashtag, ragtag group. Some professional, some not. Some drafted, some volunteered, some competent, some absolutely incompetent people on board.
Yep.
So you find yourself dealing with the ship ship personnel issues mainly.
Okay.
So make a stunt about it. Describe in the stunt how this affects you. You don't have to complete that now.
Yeah.
You can wait until next week
Sure.
about it. But if you want to use it this week, you need to make it up. But once you've made it up, you can't change it for next week.
I want to add to that. So I'm learning all the history, but I'm doing it because you just reminded me there's a crew. So I do it via, playing, poker and, camaraderie and learning about, the John Carlos, doing it serendipitously.
So you are changing your entire thingy to go with social interaction instead of academic.
Because none of the people who were on the ship would really know that much about Don Carlos,
should
though.
reflect your interaction with other people on the ship instead. Okay.
You know which one I'm doing.
Do I?
Yeah.
Do I?
Yeah, it's the very first one. My stunt.
No.
You're creating a new stunt.
You can make a new one.
Oh! I have to create a new one?
No, you get to create a new one. Stunts are free effects you get every time you have a use. Well, technically free. Some of them have a one-time use power. But yeah.
Okay.
You don't have to do it today. So you can do it for the next session.
Yeah. It's just with you, partly with you mentioning that of us coming up with stunts. Also, I'm by myself because the missus is down playing ice hockey, so I need to get dinner done. Also,
When is she coming
We're
back?
oh, tomorrow.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Well, luckily, you can make stuff for yourself.
yeah. So no, I think.
So is it Mickey D's?
Chinese, actually. I'm ordering them.
Oh.
So
I really
think-
want to go for Supermax though.
So can we maybe call it a night here?
Already?
Already?
Well, it's yeah, because I've just put in the order for food there. And I've not really ate from well, I've had like lunch, but that was like kind of 11 my time. It's now 10, 10
8
hours
hours
now.
ago?
10
hours?
hours ago
Yeah.
since I've had food.
Well, it
Yeah.
is technically a decent point to get because next it's sort of a cliffhanger. However, the next session would have to wait for a long time because you probably are not able to play in 2 weeks, and next week would be skipping. anyway.
Actually, I think I might. No, I think I'm going to be fine. I think it's just the last couple of weeks I had a nasty bug, and I'm thinking that it's like thinking back over it. It's just the bug was just, even though I was like, no, physically better, it was just drained after work.
Yeah. Okay. So, if you believe that, yes, but don't take it to heart. I just want you guys to be eager and able to play. I don't want to force you guys to show up for a game that.
No, it was just as I said, like the last couple of weeks, just with recovery, I was doing work, but it was like after work, I was literally dead on my feet.
Just to let Froggy know and anybody else that happens to be watching, we won't be on next week due to parties.
Yes. Unfortunately,
Wooster has a party to go to.
Yeah, I have a
and
party to go
somebody else
to.
has a birthday party, and it's not me.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's not John.
Yeah.
And it's not Wooster.
So the
birthday.
situation is funny.
I'll
Funny
try
in the
if I
sort of
want to.
situation is funny in the sort of way that my party ends just about so that I can make it to host a game if it's regular time. But unfortunately, because it's daylight savings in America, Zoe has made plans so that by regular times, if it was normal time zone, she would be able to attend. But
Right.
with the time zone shenanigans, there's no time to attend, so we would have to start an hour earlier for us Europeans. But that would mean Zoe. So, but unfortunately, I can't make it.
It's my party.
Yeah, so I can't make it
do I
later.
want to?
So, John, you and I are going to have a party somehow.
No, the thing is that my, I have plans at 5 o'clock. And if we normally, end at 5 o'clock. And if with the daylight savings going away or starting, I don't know which one it is.
It would go
Anyway.
around
You're
6
getting your
o'clock.
daylight savings.
Okay, so starting anyway, we would be doing it from 3 to 6. So I would lose, we wouldn't be able to do it, unfortunately.
No, that's okay.
So
would
we're
I
just
would
gonna
have
cut
to-
our losses, and I won't be in a hurry to come back from the party, and you will be in there plenty time for the party.
Yeah.
Right.
And John and Stephen are gonna have to have their party of their own.
Yeah.
Tay. Oh, and in other news,
How about you guys play Stellaris or something?
a certain person
I'm waiting for version
who
4 to come
a
out.
spaceship has been named after might be back sometime soon.
Yes.
Spoilers.
Yes.
Don't spoil it for me. But yes, Carlos was heavily insinuating that he might be returning to the campaigns. Perhaps with
In a
his
couple of
own-
weeks. In a fortnight.
Oh yes, he might actually come back for the next session. Shocking.
And he's
Okay.
also eager
Well.
to D&D again.
I'm not. But hey,
Hey,
like
you don't
I
even
love
have to-
playing with you guys. I just hate D&D.
Oh.
Will he play the ship? No.
Will he play the ship? Yes, he's the computer. Yeah, that's it.
That's actually a good idea, to be honest.
Yeah,
Have Carlos.
that's basically a
Be Carlos.
dromedar.
Yes.
That's
you could
not
play
that's
the
not a bad
hologram
idea.
and the ship itself.
I
Yeah.
actually offered that role to Carlos when he was here.
It's
Okay, well, I know you're wanting to leave, John, so
yeah. Sorry, I'm just hungry.
Yeah, just is your delivery there yet, or do you have to pick it up?
I'm just waiting for confirmation of when it's going to be delivered. But the last thing I want is them buzzing at the door at the same time.
Oh yeah. So
Well, my
it's one of
delivery
those
is still
delivery
out
places.
out for delivery.
Mhm.
And it's been out for delivery since 9:56 a.m. this morning. It's now 4 p.m.
Well, anyway, I'm gonna go get myself some grub. I have some pea soup.
See you guys.
Ooh.
okay.
Do not pee in your
Bye,
soup
guys.
again.
Bye.
Don't tell me what to do. You're not my real mom.